Welcome back, everyone, to another of the MCR Mac and Me. My name's TJ. In this segment, uh, I'm going to work. I want to talk about something, and I actually wanted to talk about this a week ago, but we had other topics, probably, more. I guess, kind of this particular topic got pushed to the back burner. But the interesting thing about that is, uh, during the course of this past week, another incident occurred, which was worse than the first one that I wanted to talk about. But so I'm just going to combine. But I'm gonna first preface my thoughts with this. Years ago, and when I say years ago, 30, 40 years ago, when Charles Bronson made his Death Wish movies, and they were pretty graphic and everything. But especially when you got to 3 and 4, some of what they depicted was over the top to the point where you kind of had trouble believing it, you know. But we're starting to, and because we got cell phones now that can record and this and that, and because of the digital age and closed circuit TV, a lot of this stuff can be accessed digitally. We're starting to get more and more video of pretty bad stuff. And, I guess some weeks back, and I'll start with this first incident that kind of rocked me. This woman, she's going to church, and she's minding her own business, and she's going up the steps, and she's being stalked by I'll call him a gangbanger because that's what he looked like to me. He runs up behind her, runs up the steps, does a U-E, and in executing the U-turn, facing her, pushes her backward, where she goes down, and I've watched the video a few times, but I did not count the steps. She must have went down 5 or 6 steps backwards, landing flat on her back, cracking her skull on the concrete sidewalk. She ended up in critical care in the hospital. The guy goes.
Well, where was this? Where did this occur?
I'm going to guess Chicago. Okay, I think it happened in Chicago.
And was this person apprehended?
Yeah, they were.
And are they out on bail?
I don't know what happened to him, but he had a rap sheet. The guy had a rap sheet, and you know what? No surprise there, But to see and this lady, when he pushed her backwards, and she cleared those steps. It wasn't even. It's not even like she didn't even trip down them. She skied down them. Okay, and I just
I'm sure she was off guard in expecting anything like that to happen when you're going into church.
Yeah, and I thought entered my mind. Sometimes you think, oh man, why couldn't I have been there to perhaps do something about it? But heck, if you were there and did something about it, might you be the one in jail?
For sure. Not just that, but I don't know that anybody anticipates that.
It was not a good video. And when I watched it, I gasped. Okay. And like I said a week or so ago, I kind of wanted to make a segment out of that because I guess I was kind of in shock at what had happened to this poor woman. But just then again, this past week, I read another news report, and this takes place in Seattle, an apartment complex in Seattle. 2 women, and it appears they may have known each other through Facebook. Okay, but they didn't say who or how. Just other than they were acquaintances through Facebook, from what I read. Okay, the video starts the one woman, and it looks like she might have been coming out of her apartment. Okay, but she's innocently walking down the hallway toward the stairs, and another girl walks up to her, pulls a gun on her, puts it up against her head, says she's going to blankety blank head off, marches her down the stairs. To the bottom of the stairs, there's an exit door into an alley where she pushes the girl through the door into the alley. Now, this is where it gets a little weird, but so the woman, she starts walking back up the steps, but almost like she forgot to do something maybe, or changed her mind as to her intentions, goes back to the exit door, opens it up, and executes the girl. And
well,
it was
maybe she unfriended her.
You know what? Maybe. You know what? That is not outside the realm of possibility.
Or
Not really.
She made a comment that she didn't like, and she tracked her down and killed her.
Yeah, yeah. This execution's caught on video, and if the first one wasn't bad enough, this lady being pushed down the steps, this execution on video, and the way the news report read, initially, I guess the police didn't release this video, and a reporter, and I don't know who this reporter was affiliated with, but I guess this reporter did some digging and dug it up, So because the way it was said in the news report, it was almost like a particular reporter. I don't even know if they said what reporter it was, but they didn't want, what, again, and it's a racial thing. We might as well just put that out there, okay? And they didn't want people watching a black girl killing. Now I don't know if she was white or lighter skinned, but I guess they didn't want to release black girl executing the girl, but it was dug up. It was dug up and discovered, and
wow.
and Seattle of all places too. I'm pretty familiar with Seattle. Such a beautiful city, from what I hear, has now become a hellhole, But I guess I just wanted to share my thoughts and how aghast I was at what I saw on both these videos.
Well, we have invited the third world into our country, so it should be no surprise that we start ending up with third world actions and getting the consequences of that behavior.
I mean, to see how this poor woman got robbed in front of the church, that was bad. I gasped. But to see this girl get executed, and that's happened. That's in our country. I mean, this not some third world. You know what? Maybe we are turning into a third world hellhole. But just to see a girl's execution on video, it's just wow. I've seen dead bodies. Well, of course, if you go to a funeral home, you see a dead body. But I have seen dead bodies as in discovered on the street, dead body.
Yeah, when you go to the funeral home, they're not usually in a pool of blood, for instance.
Well, given my previous occupation, I did have the misfortune of discovering a dead body, and it's just it's a weird thing to find yourself in. Okay, yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to, I don't know, vent. I don't know if you call this venting or what, but this is messed up. This is messed up.
All the more reason to have a firearm, to have yourself well trained and well protected, because you never know when some damn random attack is going to happen to you.
Well, going to what you just said, the way this girl was ambushed, I don't know even if she had a gun, because the drop was on her.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. You watch these kind of videos and you think, wow, if that had happened to me and the girl or guy got the drop on me, would I even be able to pull mine?
Yeah.
kind of how it looked to me, at least. But anyways, I'll keep rambling as to at my dismay at the depravity of mankind here, But anyways, that's all I got for this one. I was just compelled to share my thoughts. Okay. And we'll call this one a wrap, and we'll see you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.